I've gone through this phase of sourcing women from pop culture who share my name. I think there's, I don't know, this very basic level of feeling kind of a connection to someone who might share my name. And how that's a silly first starting point, but I think it's kind of undeniable. If I had to theorize it, I could. Maybe it's sort of like this Jungian synchronicity thing. A friend showed me the video clip on YouTube of Romy Schneider staring into the camera in a film where she's just begging the camera, don't take photos, don't take photos. It's just a close-up of her face. That's great. I was so drawn to this, so I felt this kind of seed library impulse where I wanted to preserve things that I knew or that I thought I knew. And so this process was a way of wresting something from the digital or the ephemeral and kind of not just claiming it, but saving it, preserving it, and kind of making it my own. So I made a box that's light tight that I affixed a large format lens to the front of it. So my starting point is just taking, one of the still frames on my phone, and then I'll hold it up with my hands in front of the lens of the camera and expose it at f/16, so close down a little bit. It's about a 1 minute exposure of me holding it up. So this is what I held up to get this. What I showed you, that's the largest paper that is available. It's 20 by 24 inches. By exposing it directly through the lens onto the paper, it renders the image into a negative. And so then I take that, once I process that, I put that in front of the lens and rephotograph it again onto even larger paper that comes in these giant rolls. And so I do it frame by frame, putting the paper negative in front of the lens and then exposing that onto the paper. It renders that negative image back into a positive. And so then I do some multiple exposures with other things floating around in my studio, like paintings and other things. Sometimes I'll put, maybe 15 seconds of some other texture into it. I'll pull the paper down maybe 40 inches, 50 inches, kind of vary it and allow those frames to overlap to varying degrees. Yeah, just exposing, going into and out of the camera, hundreds of times. It's pretty labor intensive to make an entire roll of paper continuous like that. And you just kind of have to hope it turns out at all. I've been thinking about this, and this didn't arrive until months into making this project, but on one side of my family there are a lot of research scientists, and my dad is a forensic scientist, and I feel like I'm doing this kind of forensic analysis of this slice of film, these 316 frames, that I am looking at it frame by frame, maybe in an attempt to understand it. And I think that it is wanting to see what about it is so fascinating to me on this real gut level. And so it's kind of a way of really looking and paying attention and trying to document that.